Good evening, class and professor. My name is Jordan Butler. Today I want to talk to you about what it takes to become a proficient and professional paramedic in a busy 911 system and some of the skills that it takes to really excel in this type of field. Today I've brought you into the back of a new ALS ambulance, and ALS stands for Advanced Life Support, where I can go over some of these topics and give you a little bit of a demonstration of why these skill sets actually help paramedics and first responders be successful in chaotic and hectic scenes. One of the main things that I think, if anybody's thinking about becoming a paramedic or a fireman, they have to be good at multitasking. Multitasking is probably the number one skill I can think of that would help a person excel, not just get by, but do a really good job at helping the people that they're responding to. So, for instance, when you get on scene, there's a lot going through your head, such as scene safety about yourself. You're assessing the situation and equipment you might need. On an ALS ambulance, as you can see, we have a large amount of equipment, drawers and everything that we need to bring, and we can't just grab everything all the time, so you have to assess and decide what you want to bring to the scene. So while you're there, you also need to see what your patient needs. Maybe there's some community issues, maybe there's large crowds, maybe there's need for PD, police department, and a lot of this runs through your head. While you're doing this, you need to effectively communicate with your team, with your patient, to actually be able to work your way through whatever's going on. So in complex patients, these scenes get extremely busy when you have acute airway issues, circulatory issues, multiple patients is when it really gets crazy. So you need to prioritize and understand what's going on at the time. So multitasking is massive. I think one of the biggest things that for me was challenging when I started was being able to manage the patient effectively and then still get on the radio, because there's a lot of nuances when you go through a call, such as contacting the hospital, letting them know where you're coming, the time frame, while also still providing adequate care to the patient. Most fire departments are pretty short staffed, so being able to multitask, do multiple roles, work down a level. So, just because you're a paramedic doesn't mean you can't do some basic bandaging and first aid stuff for people. Being able to work down, and then also being able to navigate your way through maybe advanced healthcare settings where you're going into clinics where there's some advanced stuff that's been going on and you're transferring a patient out. So you need to be able to be flexible, diverse, and understand the issues at hand. So I think that for anybody who wants to be out there, I think this is anybody out there, who wants to become a paramedic, this is something that's mainly learned on the job, but to be expected. I think there's a lot of career fields where this would benefit, and all of healthcare, I think this benefits. But I think maybe if you're looking to get into it, maybe try to put yourself in some stressful situations where you have to think under pressure, and see how you perform to see if this is an applicable job for you. Performing under pressure adds stress, adds endorphins, adds a whole nother dynamic to the whole situation. So I think that it would be easy to argue that a person with good multitasking skills would excel in this career, and will do a lot of good for a lot of people, including the patients and people they work with. I really hope that this is some insight into this kind of career field if you're not familiar with it. And if there's any questions or if I can ever help anybody, please feel free to contact me. I am a trainer here at my fire department, so I have some good insight, and I've been a paramedic for about 10 years. I appreciate your time this evening, and I hope you guys have a great week, and I'm signing off.